have a concept here that I wanted to go over quickly because I don't know if I've ever gone over this, but I get a lot of questions from the internet about this particular thing. There's a concept called Jo-ha-kyū. I have notes here because the kanji, there's so many. Jo-ha-kyū is a principle that's used in Iaido, but it's also used in like the Noh Theatre. Has anyone heard of Noh Theatre? Like the dramatic theater of the old days of Japan. It's still going on now. Something called gagaku, which is like classical music. It might be the koto harp, the shamisen. You might have the warlord sitting around and someone's in the background playing music. That's gagaku, the classical music of Japan. They, along with Iaido and any type of sword art and the Noh Theatre, all had this principle within them. But it's not expressed in Iaido. I don't know if you've ever heard of this in your training. Most people don't talk about this principle, but it's built in there. But it has a history to it. So Jo-ha-kyū means, the kanji for Jo, in this case, because kanji can mean 100 different things, it means the start or the beginning of something. The beginning of the kata, and Jo means you start slowly. And think about what this has to do with music or a play, or a movie, or a book. It's all the same. So you have the Jo, that's the first part of the kata. Then you have the ha. It can mean like the middle act of a play. It might be the second act of a movie. It might be the second piece in the orchestra. And it also means to break, tear, or split away. That's the middle part of the Iaido, where the kata starts to speed up a bit. Often when you're doing the actual pulling, sayabiki, the sword is slow to start to break the seal, and then it starts to speed up as you draw. And then you have the last part, the kyū. Kyū is not like grade like it is with our martial arts system. Kyū in this case means to go faster, to hasten. It means urgent and sudden, to rush. So that's the last part of the kata. That's the action. So how would this apply to a play or a movie? Well, it's like a movie. You have a movie, it's kind of starts slow, you build the characters, gets to act 2, and then what happens at the end? You have the massive climax of the movie, or the classical piece where everyone's playing, everyone's getting ready to rise to their feet, or in this case, the death of the opponent. The sword goes so fast, it slices off limbs, kills the opponent instantly. But do you see how going slow, medium, fast forces us to be what? What does it force us to be? Give me some suggestions. Aware of each part of the kata, which again is the same as the frog and the tadpole. We do the first part of the kata, we rush to the second, we do the zanji, we do the end, and we forget the middle. You know this from your training, that you can spend 30 seconds drawing the sword in one draw. But when you draw the sword, it goes into action. So again, think of music. So tonight we're going to focus on drawing the sword super slow so that you feel every movement. And then eventually you speed it up and then it goes quick when it is released. Do you understand?
Yes.
But this concept we should use in every part of our martial art training, like all the time. And I think we do. You know, you start a kata. What do you do first? You breathe, you get your space, you look at your opponent, you bow in respect, you have the rei in there, and then you get ready, you get your hands up, and you start to fight. But you don't rush into the kata. You go at the speed of the uke, and then you can speed it up out there on the street.